This is the On to Mark Wrestling Podcast. Kick back and hang with your hosts, Kayode, Lewis, and Joel. Let's mark out.
Baby, welcome to On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. The producer, joined by the hater himself, none other than Joel, back on the scene. Lewis is out on assignment. We'll get Lewis back soon, but he sends his love, and his administrative report will be coming live to you once he's back. Joel, man, what's going on, bro? Big things in wrestling again. We got a monumental week.
Yes, sir.
What you up to, man? How you been?
I mean, first and foremost, I'm happy to be back.
Yes.
Had a little 2-week break from the podcast, but I'm back and I'm ready to talk some wrestling, man. Like you said, monumental week. We got some big things happening. We got some retirements. We got some title matches. We got all types of things happening. So yeah, we should get right into it, man.
Well, let's get right into it. First off, man, we got the one and the only John Cena. I'm gonna clap it up for Cena. Clap it up. Final match. This time, last time is now.
Crazy.
This feels pretty big, not only just for John Cena, not just for WWE, but for wrestling, period. I think this is a major retirement for a guy who's within our generation that has actually been the man for some time. Now, some people will debate, Joel, that he was the man because business wasn't crazy booming and they needed the guy, and he kind of got ushered in, and it was like, hey, let's see if this works. And if this works, we're going to keep on going. Mm-hmm. Some people also say, I mean, to be honest, he can't be the GOAT because a lot of his run, he was booed. Like, people wanted him. It was go away heat, Joel. It was go away. It was. Like, so Cena's last match is coming up this Saturday. I'm making it appointment viewing. I have to, because I don't want to get spoiled. I need to know how they end this. I need to see how Gunther and him interact. I need to watch this live. I don't want to see no clips. I'm going to watch this live. And I think this last match, my opinion is that Gunther should absolutely go over. It makes no sense for John to go over. John, I will give it to John. That he gave Dom the rub. He made Dom feel bigger than he's ever felt before. And that's what John needs to do with Gunther. He needs to let Gunther be the bad man that he is on his way out. Makes no sense for Gunther to drop this match. He's lost too much. He was gone because he lost. I don't want to see that again. Yeah. Joel, where you at with John Cena's last match?
It's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy to be here. You know, he announced his retirement, I would say, 2 years ago now at this point.
Yeah.
We had this whole retirement run. It wasn't the best. We've complained about it over and over again in this podcast. But it's time now. It's time, this Saturday night main event, John Cena versus Gunther for that last match. It's kind of crazy they gave Gunther this big spotlight. I do like that. It was very predictable, I will say. I think it leaked before the tournament even was announced. Oh, yeah. They leaked that Gunther was going to be the winner. So that is a disappointing side of it, but I am excited to watch this match, and I am going to make it appointment viewing just like you. I think Cena's going to pull out all the hits. We're going to see all types of things that Cena has done throughout his career, and maybe some new things, since if what he's saying is true and this is the last time we'll ever actually see him getting physical in the ring, I could see him going for a 5-star type match. He might go crazy. They might go on for an hour. Who knows? Who knows? They might do an hour-long match.
An
Just
hour-long
just
Cena
cause
match.
just cause this is the last time we're ever gonna see him. So if it's true, a lot of wrestlers say they retire and then they come back. That Saudi money comes.
Yeah, right.
He might, if the acting jobs don't come in anymore, he might have to come for a Saudi check. But if what he's saying is true, and this is last match, I'm expecting a really good match. I think Gunther is the perfect bad guy to take him out. So I think Gunther should win. He seems like Gunther's getting a little bit of like a legend killer gimmick. He retired Goldberg. Maybe he's gonna retire Cena. Who knows who's next? Maybe Lesnar down the line. Like I could see him becoming like the guy who ends people and maybe being that final boss or big bad guy within WWE. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. We've never seen these two interact. I think it's going to be good. Gunther had a pretty good promo on Raw as well.
Yeah, it was good.
So they're doing the best with what they have. There was not any dates to really promote this match. Cena's been gone since Survivor Series, so we're not going to see him until Saturday. So we'll see what happens. I think people are going to go home happy, even if Cena loses. I think he'll get that final ovation. Maybe he'll grab the mic, say a few words, and he'll leave that crowd happy. And we'll move on. And maybe this will be what WWE needs to kick back into gear. Because I think a lot of the issues that we've seen this year within WWE is that the John Cena retirement was kind of a wrench that was thrown onto their plate. I'm not giving them any excuses because I still think they should be able to, work their way around it and figure these things out. But I'm hoping that once this is done and Cena's in the background, we can now move on to like some better storylines, some WrestleMania seasons around the corner, and we'll see where it goes. But I'm very excited to see Saturday Night Main Event. I'm excited that there's these NXT versus WWE talent matches. I think that's a really good look. It's kind of funny too that I was thinking about this earlier this week. I see a lot of people already saying this is going to be the best show of the year for WWE because people are excited about these NXT. We got Oba Femi versus Cody Rhodes.
I wouldn't go that far.
We got JeVon Evans and Leon Slater versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And I think we have Bayley versus Sol Ruca. So people are excited about these fresh matchups. The funny thing to me, though, and I can't wait to see if people start rating this as the best WWE show of the year, because then I don't ever want to hear about how AEW just puts on matches with no stories.
Yeah, right.
Because this is literally a show of just matches with no stories. So if people all of a sudden are like, "This is the best event of the year so far," I'm gonna hold y'all to that fire, and I'm gonna say, yeah, y'all are secretly AEW fans, and y'all just don't want to say it because this seems like an AEW style match show where they're just gonna try to put on bangers from start to finish. So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see some fresh talent. So we'll see what happens, man.
Listen, the bangers are going to be courtesy of the NXT crew. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. Listen, I don't know if I'm as confident or optimistic as you when it comes to the John Cena Gunther match. I want to believe that John's going to go out on a high and just go all out. Mm-hmm. But something tells me we're going to get a run-of-the-mill kind of just paint-by-numbers match. I think we're going to get like a simple, exciting, hard-hitting match, and that's it. I think it ends, and I think maybe they may be a surprise after that. Maybe somebody runs in from Cena's past that kind of like, I don't know, Cena, he gives the FU or whatever. He does something. Who knows? I just don't think we're going to get anything near a 5-star. And I don't think this will be the best show of the... Well, I take that back. This could be the best show that WWE's had all year.
There's not
based
much
on the shows they've had. WrestlePalooza was crap.
Survivor Series
Did they have
wasn't that good.
In October?
No, I think October was WrestlePalooza actually.
Oh, October was WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
Then Survivor Series was just disappointing.
Yeah.
Did they have anything in September?
No, I don't think so. I think the best show WWE has put on this whole year was probably the Evolution women's thing. Looking back at it, looking back, I think that was probably the best show. Maybe one of the SummerSlam nights. You could argue, maybe, but besides that, like
you're right, probably the Evolution show.
Yeah,
I might be with you on that one. But yeah, Joe, I don't know, man. I just don't think. I think in our heads we would love it to be one way, but I think WWE, like you said, is trying to get this done because I think there's no excuse. They're WWE. Your job is to create stories. Like, even if you get a wrench thrown in, you should still be able to create stories. That's your job that you've been doing for 50 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think the complexity of what they tried to do with the heel turn and how that botched, and then now doing this farewell Cena, we love you, you're the GOAT, which is madness. I'm sorry, he's not the GOAT. I
agree.
And I listen, Cena's not the GOAT at all. But he's great because he filled a void that WWE needed. He became the man. He was the workhorse. He was a star. That's what makes Cena great, because he did what he needed to do for the business. But do I think Cena is a business-minded WWE wrestling mind? No. I would never think of him as on the same level as a Bryan Danielson or even a Bret Hart or even the minds that you wouldn't even think are like a Taker or whatever, right? A Triple H. He's not there. But he is the guy who can give you a promo that knocks out the park, who can connect with another guy or the opponent that he's going against. They could connect because he'll make everything look good. He's that guy, and that was Cena, and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. But this, I don't know if we're gonna get. What we think we should get from this match, Joel. Like, I think they just want to get this done so they could focus on Mania, man, because now we're heading into Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. That's a whole nother thing, right? True. Logistically and creatively. Like, how do we get this to become big or be big or feel massive now that it's in Saudi Arabia? I just think they have a lot of things on their plate that they're trying to do that the Cena of it all is kind of blocking them from doing it. So we'll see, man. I don't know, but I will be watching, and I wonder if anybody from Cena's past, will we get anybody from Cena's past that will come out and step up, and see what happens.
Now, do you think there's a chance that John Cena wins this last match? And if he does, what does that do to Gunther?
Is there a chance? Yes, there's a chance. And I think if Gunther loses, it puts Gunther on a mid-level now. Like, to me, he is I no longer look at him as this dangerous Austrian bad just monster heel. I no longer look at him like that, because he lost to Cena. He lost to who was it Punk and Jey Uso, right?
Yeah, he lost to Jey at WrestleMania.
Jey, Punk, Cena, if that happens. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I mean,
he can't be taken long. And like I said in the last show, Joel, this match on paper should be unfair. It is tail of the tape. Cena versus Gunther, massive age difference, at least a 10-year age difference. Gunther is bigger. Gunther is stronger. Gunther is faster. Gunther is more vicious. Why should Cena win this match? It just would do nothing. He should lose, be in the ring for about 10 minutes, take it all in. They're going to be cheering him anyway. There's going to be people crying, and let him just go out in the sunset. Just walk out. Be like that. Gave it my all, and that's it. You need Gunther to win this so that he's believable once Brock happens. That is like money in Vegas. Brock and this monster Gunther who retired John Cena. that to me in WWE's head is money. You can't have him lose to Cena and then go off to Brock, and people are supposed to believe that he could beat Brock now. He's younger than Brock, right? Probably not as strong, but faster, possibly.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So I don't know, man. But I hope Cena don't win that match.
Yeah.
Now, Joel, man, you did mention the card for Saturday night's main event. Again, WWE gives us 5 matches. 1, 2.
I think it might be 4.
3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think it's 4 altogether. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm assuming that Cena and Gunther are gonna go long. Because if there's only 4 matches,
yo, Joel, man, if I WWE's making me upset, bro. Why am I paying $400 to $500, maybe even now more because of the Cena match?
Yeah,
in the high hundreds, to the thousands. Why am I paying that much for 4 possibly okay matches?
Yeah,
that seems bananas to me.
I think the fans are feeling the same way as you, because I believe this event is still not sold out, which is crazy.
Good.
John Cena, you would think John Cena's last match would sell out right away. And the fact that they're still trying to sell tickets, I believe on Monday Night Raw, Joe Test was like, you could get your tickets still. So like they're still trying to sell tickets. This is not sold out. And hopefully this proves a point to WWE that we are not going to pay these prices for 4 matches, man. 4 matches. I understand John Cena is, he's the purpose of this whole event. The other matches shouldn't even matter, but at least give us 5 to 6 matches. Like at least
6 minimum. Like,
yeah, like
I'll take 5 good ones, but that's pushing it. Like, give me 6, I'm good. I can deal with 6. But you're giving me 4 matches, and then you're cutting the show off. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Like it just doesn't feel special. Like it just feels like it feels like they're just squeezing out of me everything they have, but feeding me little teaspoons of food. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not enough.
Yeah. It's interesting because Monday Night Raw is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I believe I saw a report of SmackDown going back to 3 hours soon. So if your 2 weekly shows are longer than your PLEs and special events, I think we have a problem here.
We have a problem.
Like your weekly TV shows should not be longer than your big special events, especially something with this, headline of John Cena's last match. That means you're going to get a bunch of casual people tuning in. Why not put 5 to 6 banger matches on this card to get people eyes in front of people? I understand, they're smart for putting in JeVon Evans, Leon Slater, Oba Femi, these guys who are going to really catch people's eyes. But there's so much more talent in NXT that you could have, you could have Ricky Starks have a match. You could have Ethan Page have a match. You could have Blake Monroe have a match. Like all of these women that are down there that have been killing it for a long time. NXT women's division. Everyone claims it's one of the best women's divisions in the world. We only have one, Sol Ruca. She's the only one on this show.
Right.
I don't know. You could have definitely done more with this. But I think they're gonna. That's why I'm assuming this John Cena match is gonna be probably his longest match that he's had in this retirement run. So they could just give the crowd what they want. The crowd, most of the people in the crowd are going to be there for John Cena. Right. So give them an hour of John Cena, including the entrances, including the aftermath of the match. I could see all of it being like a full hour of just that John Cena, Gunther. You could have them stare down at each other for 10 minutes before the match even starts, and the crowd's going to go crazy. The thank you Cena chants are going to be going crazy. Like they know what they're doing. It's going to be the biggest presence, pomps and circumstances, all that stuff is going to be crazy. So I know that's probably the reason why we have such a short card. But at the same time, I wish you could give us 5 to 6, at least 5 to 6 matches.
5 to 6, my man. Like, come on.
And that's crazy because that's crazy because we were complaining about 5 matches, but now we're at the point where we want at least 5. I remember us complaining about 5 matches, and now it's just like, yo, I'm begging for 5 at this point.
I'm begging for 5, and I'll tell you right now, one of these 4 could steal the show away from John Cena.
That's very true. Very
true. And Gunther. My money is on Cody and Oba Femi.
Ooh.
Oba Femi and Cody. Oba Femi's the NXT champion. Cody, undisputed WWE champion.
Exciting.
You cannot, under any circumstance, make Oba Femi look like a chump. You can't. You can't. Now, Cody should win because he is the champion. He's the man. I'm going by business, not by because I am a bigger fan of Oba. And I know how you feel about Cody.
But I'm just staying quiet until it's my turn.
In this sense. Well, actually, because there's no title on the line.
I'm saying.
Because there's no title on the line, and Oba is coming up to the main roster sooner than we think. I say he's on the main roster by January. Easy.
For Rumble?
Maybe before. I think he enters the Rumble, and after the Rumble, he's on the main roster.
I can see that.
I think Cody goes over. I think Cody should go over, only because you need the biggest star in the company to feel big. And I think right now, because of all the stories happening, Cody just felt like an afterthought. No one's talking about Cody Rhodes. Everything is about Cena. Everything's about Gunther. Everything was about that tournament to get to Cena. There was a lot of stuff happening that made Cody feel distant. And I think he needs this win in terms of feeling big again and still feeling like he's got some momentum. But Oba would be amazing if they put him over against. That would be booking. That would be fearless booking, right? You got nothing to lose because both of them are going to be major stars. Oba is. I watched NXT. I watched the promo. Oba's so great that it's scary, and I'm afraid that if he gets to the main roster, they're going to make him some African Zamunda prince and destroy everything they worked on. That's my fear. Is that they're going to destroy Oba?
They're going to make him Kamala's son, bro.
Kamala's son. And we're laughing, but we know it could be true. Like if Vince was still in control, he'd be Kamala's great grandson. Like you are Kamala's. Like they
put the paint on his stomach and everything.
And it's bad that Oba does the strut. Vince would be like, "Yo, just do that while you're walking and hitting your belly." Like it. We say this, Joel, but I don't want this to happen to my man Oba.
Oh man.
What do you think, man? And also quickly, second best probably match, Bayley and Sol Ruca. I like that. I like it a lot.
That's a cool
match. I like
it
it a lot. I respect Bayley so much. I like what she's doing for women's wrestling. I like that she's doing these clinics where she's getting women from local towns and getting some of the superstars out here, Charlotte Flair or whatnot, and holding these like intensives and just paying it for her out of her own pocket. Big ups. Big ups to Bayley.
Show some love. Show some love.
She might be on my Mount Rushmore when we do that show for women. She might be on it. Not even just for her in-ring stuff, but a lot of her out-of-ring stuff that is not talked about enough. And just who she is as a person. So, Joel, where are you at with the rest of the card, man? I know you got some thoughts with Cody.
Oh, man. Everyone knows how I feel about the 3.5-star general, Cody Rhodes. The 3.5-star ring general.
3.5 star.
Listen, and like you said, I know everyone's going to say what's best for business is Cody Rhodes winning. He's the champion. He's your main champion.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. This is how you make a new star. You want a new star? You want someone young in this main event scene where it's literally all 40-plus-year-olds? You give Oba Femi this win, and you don't make it just a win. You make it a dominant win. You have him destroy Cody Rhodes.
Cody?
Yeah, just It's the perfect storyline because, like you said, there's no title on the line. Right. It's an exhibition match. You could claim that Cody Rhodes is distracted. You could claim he's still injured from War Games. He just had a battle of War Games. He was bleeding in War Games. He's distracted by Drew McIntyre. You could claim all of these things, and nobody will care. People will forget about it. And now you have a new major star in Oba Femi, who is right away a main eventer. He could get in there with Brock. He could get in there with Cody, Punk, whoever you want to throw him in there with, and he would have a great storyline because he's the guy who came into this, destroyed the Universal Champion, and now everybody has him on their radar. Right now, unless you're an NXT watcher, you don't really know who Oba Femi is. I already see when they show him in the audience when he's like on Raw, he doesn't even get a pop because most people aren't watching NXT. But you do this, everybody's talking about this guy the next day. You have for the rest of the week, people are talking about, holy crap, Oba Femi beat Cody Rhodes. But I know they're cowards and they won't do it.
They won't do it.
They won't do it. And people are going to yell and people are going to talk about, that's stupid. You shouldn't do that. Your main champion shouldn't be losing. I get it. And yes, historically, it makes no sense. But it's freaking pro wrestling. The whole point of it is that it doesn't make sense. The whole point of it is that we could do whatever we want because it is not real. It's predetermined. It's scripted. Why not give us a fresh, brand new star to come in and just completely flip the WWE universe on its head? It gives you like it allows for so many different branches of storyline telling. You could now have Oba Femi be like, hey, I'm the NXT champion, but I just pinned the Universal Champion. I want that title now. Maybe he lets go of the NXT title and he comes straight to the main roster. Maybe he wins the Royal Rumble and goes after Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Like you could do so much, and now you have this major star. I know they won't do it, but man, if they did, how cool would it be?
Joe, I loved everything you said, and I can see that. And you're right. WWE's they're definitely not doing that. They're just not. They're not brave enough to do that. I think they already think that Cody is already slightly, I wouldn't use the word damaged, but a little taint, just a little something off. There's not that spark anymore in terms of. I mean, he gets crowd reactions. It's mostly because of the entrance, of course, but the 3.5 star general, I do agree. Cody's just a very smart student of the game, and I give him that. He knows pro wrestling in and out, and he just knows it. He's a mind. He's smarter than John Cena when it comes to this pro wrestling game. I would say, but man, Oba going over on Cody on a national stage.
Man, Peacock. What better time?
I would agree with that if Oba was an NXT champ.
Yeah.
Because I would agree with that if Oba was an NXT champ because it would feel less dominate. Like I don't mind Oba dominating in a ring in terms of stature and strength and all that stuff. But then you're representing a brand that, like you said, not many people probably know about or watch or pay attention to. And now that champion from that brand comes on here and beats the man of the company, like the face of the company. It could really, really hurt Cody. Where it might be hard for him to kind of get back. But I love it because it's a way to make a star.
Yeah.
And you're creative, right? You could get Cody back somehow. I mean, you could work it out.
Yeah.
But if
you could even have Cody get his win back down the road. You could have
get a win back down the road.
If Oba's
have
like,
him go
hey,
to NXT.
Or Oba's like, I beat you, now I deserve a title shot, and then Cody beats him in the rematch.
There you go.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily you could do it. I know they won't, but I miss when they would just do something crazy like this out of nowhere.
Booking.
Yeah, like when Brock first debuted and literally destroyed everybody on his way to being WWE champion. Like people say, oh, it doesn't make sense for someone who's been wrestling for 3 years to beat Cody Rhodes. Brock was basically like 2 years into professional wrestling, training in OVW, showed up and just destroyed the whole roster basically and became champion within like a year. Why can't they do that again? Why can't they create a new Brock Lesnar? Like they're so safe nowadays. And like even the fact, I feel like what bothers me with the most with WWE booking nowadays is that we all know what's going to happen. Like we all knew Gunther was going to be Cena's final opponent. Like as soon as they announced the tournament, we knew it was going to be Gunther. So like now we all are already saying, oh yeah, Cody's going to beat Oba. Why not? Just flip it on his head. Have Oba beat Cody. Even if it's like maybe some shenanigans, maybe Drew McIntyre's cheats or something like that. Just give us something fun, man.
Now, do you think on this show, where do you think the biggest upset will come from out of the 4 matches?
I could see the tag team match going to the NXT guys because I don't think AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are meant to be a long forming tag team. Like I don't think they're going to be a tag team for long, right? They were put together and now they're just tag team champs. But eventually, and we saw on Monday Night Raw that the Usos and New Day are gunning for those titles. So I could see them losing those tag titles soon. So you could give a nice showcase win to JeVon Evans, Leon Slater, show these high-flying guys. Now they get a win over AJ and Dragon Lee, and then maybe eventually you get AJ Styles doing the favor and going to TNA in return, you know? So since Leon Slater is involved in the match. I could see the young guys getting that victory. I really hope it doesn't end up being that WWE just does a clean sweep and beats all the NXT guys, because then it kind of defeats the purpose of this whole showcase thing.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, Sol Ruca and Bayley, that's going to be a really fun match. Yeah. But I think Bayley needs to win more than Sol Ruca. Bayley's kind of been in that same position that you're talking about with Cody Rhodes, where we kind of lost faith in them a little bit. We don't see them as we don't see them as like top of the top anymore, especially with Bayley. Cody, obviously, Cody's the universal champion, whatever it is. So he's always going to be good. But Bayley, she hasn't really been, put into that main event spot in a long time. She hasn't been around the singles titles in a long time. So maybe you give her a win over Sol Ruca, and that starts that spark of like Bayley coming back into like her singles grind and maybe getting the title down the line. But the match that I think could be the clear upset would be JeVon Evans and Leon Slater. They're going to be super exciting, and that's going to be a really high-flying, fun match. Yeah. You got 4 incredible high flyers in that match. So why not give it? And you could just pin Dragon Lee. Nobody cares about Dragon Lee. I'm sorry, but nobody cares about Dragon Lee. So you could just.
Unfortunate. He was so dope in NXT. Comes to the main roster, and we don't even care about him anymore. Like it's just.
You know what happened? They got like 3 better luchadors. Like you got Rey Fenix, you got Penta, you got El Grande Americano. Yeah, right. Like more people care about those guys than Dragon Lee, unfortunately.
Oh man. Well, listen, we'll see Saturday night's main event again this Saturday on Peacock.
Honestly, I will say this. Shout out to John Cena for actually making me excited for a WWE PLE special event, whatever you want to call it. And it's funny, I mentioned this to a friend of mine earlier. It's the only reason that this is exciting is because John Cena asked for it to be this. So it just goes to show how much Triple H booking sucks. Yeah. I'm sorry, Triple H. You get a hater club of the week right now. Ooh. Triple H.
Hater club of the week.
It's been a while. I'm back.
Oh man. Oh, I gotta give you a theme. Triple H has hit the hater club of the week.
I'm convinced that Triple H doesn't book for Raw and SmackDown anymore. I think he books for Unreal. I think his main priority is Unreal, and that's why he makes everything not make sense, so that later in the documentary of it, he could be like, "You never know what's going to happen in WWE," or whatever. So,
listen, I kind of agree with you, man. I don't know what's going on with H's booking since he took over. I mean, we had a great start, and that start really fizzled out real quick once TKO was like integrated into the WWE system. Like that just kind of went out the window. But what makes no sense sometimes, Joel, is what are we expecting from this masked man Now, Joel, I'm an observer. I observe everything. The Masked Man on Survivor Series was shorter and stockier. This Masked Man
It's a new
is
guy.
taller and lengthy.
Interesting.
My thoughts here, Joel, is that whoever the Masked Man was in Survivor Series was quickly scrapped because it was Austin Theory, and they probably thought, man, the crowd is going to turn hard on this. So we need to do something out of the box. Now my prediction, I want to say I think this could be Montez Ford.
I was just gonna say that looks a lot like Montez Ford right there.
It could be Montez Ford. The athleticism of jumping over the ropes, and he's quick. I at first I thought it might have been Gunther's lackey. What was that guy's name?
Ludwig.
Ludwig. At first I thought it was Ludwig. But I was like, no, this ain't Ludwig. He's got a more. This guy's a little faster and looks like he's a little more athletic. And immediately I was like, Montez?
Yeah.
Yo, what's your thoughts on this Masked Man, man? Who are we looking at? People first said it could be Chris Jericho, but a lot of people are like,
no way. He can't get up. He can't climb up a cage that fast.
This is definitely not Chris Jericho. And Jericho, I wouldn't think would want anything to do with this convoluted storyline.
No.
But where you at with it, man?
So at first, like everyone, I thought Austin Theory. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I did have the same thought as you. As like when they do that reveal, it's gonna fall super flat. If it's Austin Theory, no one's gonna care. Especially since we haven't seen him in so long that there might be some new fans that don't even know who he is. So it wouldn't make sense. Now that you showed me that picture, that looks a lot like Montez. And then going with the athleticism, like you said, Montez is one of the most athletic guys in the business, so it makes sense. But one thing that I did notice, because on Monday Night Raw, he showed up again, up twice, I believe. He's been helping Logan Paul. I thought at first he was helping the Vision, but now it seems like he's helping Logan Paul specifically. So I'm a little worried that it might end up being one of these streamer people that we don't care about.
Come on.
I'm sorry, but I'm thinking, is it KSI? Is it is it iShowSpeed? Is it one of these guys? Because honestly, I could see it being something like that. I don't want to disappoint people, but
I want to talk about the crowd possibly rioting. I think that's worse than Austin Theory. They don't. These wrestling fans don't care about these iShowSpeed doofuses. Like, they don't care about these guys.
WWE might be thinking that they're more popular than they are, and they might think that this is what it is. Man, I'm holding out hope that it's somebody that we care about. That it's someone like Montez Ford. I think that would be a really cool way to get him to turn heel. You could have Angelo Dawkins be like, "What the hell? I had no idea." Exactly. And now you have a great babyface run for Angelo Dawkins on one side. You got Montez Ford being a super heel on the other side. I could see that. At one point I was thinking, man, it would be cool if this was LA Knight. And then yesterday on Monday Night Raw, Monday,
they took him out.
Yeah, they took him out. So I'm like, no, it can't be LA Knight. But
I wonder if he's off TV for a while after the way he was taken out.
Yeah, that was interesting, right? It seemed out of nowhere.
Yeah. I wonder if he's off TV for a while.
Yeah, he definitely should be off TV. They squished him on a car, bro. They tsunamied him on top of a freaking car.
Yeah, man, they're treating LA Knight like...
I'm like, is LA Knight a free agent soon or something? Because
no reports of that have been out. You would have heard about that.
Very similar way to how Ricochet got taken out before he showed up in AEW. So I'm like, did LA Knight ask for his release or something? I don't know. But going back to this Masked Man, it better be someone we care about, because now at this point the whole internet is thinking it's Austin Theory. So I think you have to pivot. If it was Austin Theory, you have to pivot. You can't. The reveal is gonna fall so flat. It's not gonna be good. It won't be good for Austin Theory's career. This guy's already had a kind of a rough start to his career.
Right.
They don't know what to do with him. He seems like he has all the tools. He has the look. He's pretty good in the ring. Mm-hmm. He's pretty good on the mic. I don't know why you can't figure out what to do with this guy. So it's weird. It's weird that they would throw him in this position and then have that reaction that people are going to be like, really? Austin Theory? So, like, I don't think they would do that to him now. If it's Montez Ford, that'd be cool.
I like the
And
Montez.
and then if it's someone else that we're not even thinking about, honestly, that'd be pretty cool too. As long as it's someone that is someone we care about, then I think it'll be a good. It'll end up being a good review at the end of the day. It is interesting that the person keeps doing Seth Rollins' moves. I wonder why they're doing that. So, like, does the person have ties to Seth Rollins? I don't know. It's very interesting.
Honestly, I don't think anything is supposed to be linked to another thing. Like, I think they're just saying, like, hey,
they're booking on the fly.
Just booking on the fly. Like,
yeah, they don't even know who it is yet.
There's no rhyme or reason to anything. I think they're just booking on the fly. I don't know. I think the Montez would be head scratching, but also very intriguing, because if you do it right, there's a lot of like subplots you can do with that within the story. Should be interesting. I think they probably scrapped the Austin Theory thing. I think they might need to bring him in some other way, not to make him this masked man. I think more people would I think it would throw more people off. It was someone that you did not even see coming, and the reasoning why they're doing it would be even more interesting. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this masked man. Joel, we wanted to talk about dream matches on today's show, and some of the dream matches we're going to relate to, some of the AEW guys, WWE and AEW, two of the biggest companies right now, soon to be probably TNA. We'll see that in the coming months. The third company in all this.
Yeah,
we got some dream matches. Now, I thought of a couple myself. Tonight is also Winter is coming on AEW. And I wanted to bring this up because, could this ever happen? Is there a forbidden door down the line that could be cracked open? Maybe. We got to see how that goes. But
I mean, with
Netflix
potentially buying Warner Brother Discovery, we might see some type of collaboration down the line. You never know.
Could be a collab. There could be a collab, unless Paramount's hostile takeover.
There is that happening too.
The saga continues, it looks like. But yeah, Joel, man, do you have any dream matches on the AEW and WWE side that you would love to see?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of, like, once you have these two rosters on both sides super stacked, right? I think we have an embarrassment of riches on both sides when it comes to talent. So you could literally pick a name out of a hat from AEW and a name out of a hat from WWE, and you'll probably have a potential 5-star banger. But the one that I think would be incredible, and I don't think we've ever gotten to see, would be Will Ospreay versus Seth Rollins. I think that'd be an incredible match. I think it would show people why Will Ospreay is potentially the GOAT. It would also show why Seth Rollins could potentially be the GOAT, because when Seth Rollins is in his bag, he's one of the best wrestlers of all time.
Absolutely.
We all know what Will Ospreay could do. You get these two guys in a ring and they're going to make magic. I think it would be incredible to see. I don't know who would win. That's the thing with this. If they ever were to do a forbidden door type thing, I think that would be the biggest politic thing behind the scenes, right? Like, who gets the win? Because right now, when AEW and New Japan do their forbidden door, AEW holds the cards. So, most of the time, the AEW guys are going to win. They got the most money. They're the most popular. So most likely the AEW guys. But once you throw WWE in there, the politics are going to go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to let their guys lose to the AEW
Definitely
guys.
Not.
So yeah. But that match, I think it would be an all-timer. And I hope one day we do get it, whether it's in WWE, whether it's in AEW. I hope one day we do see Seth Rollins versus Will Ospreay. How about you?
I got something along the same lines. I have Kyle Fletcher, because who I think is great. And I feel like AEW is like literally fumbling the ball a little bit with Kyle. Kyle should be miles ahead of what I think he is now. But I'm thinking like a Kyle Fletcher and a Seth Rollins.
Ooh, a little younger versus.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being a banger too, man.
That could be potentially one of the greatest matches you could see out of both guys. Like, because like you said, when Rollins is in his bag.
Yeah.
Because, and here's another thing, Joel. I'm thinking of the WWE roster right now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's only a handful of guys that I think can match the intensity and power of the AEW guys.
Yeah.
And no disrespect for the AEW to the WWE guys, but they just ain't got those workers like that. I'm just sorry, they don't. They have stars. They got guys that can walk a red carpet, right? But do they got the guys that could go like 40, 35 minutes nonstop, bleeding tables, chairs, nonstop? I don't know. But Seth, though, that's the name that comes into my head constantly. Seth Rollins, Kyle Fletcher.
Ooh. That's a great one right there, man. Oh man,
you got another one?
Honestly, now that we were talking about this, I like 4 of them just popped to my mind.
Oh yeah,
but honestly, I think this is a great topic that we should when Lewis is back, we should maybe potentially we book the dream card. You know, we each get like maybe 3 picks or something.
8 matches.
Yeah, something like that where we can't choose the wrestler that someone else has chosen or something like that.
Interesting.
Already. So but right off the top of my head, real quick, I just thought of a couple of them. Okada versus Gunther, I think would be banger.
Wow.
Takeshita versus Sami Zayn, because they have history. They have history from back in the day when, potentially spoilers, El Generico versus Takeshita had a match back in the day. And Takeshita, I believe, that was one of his favorite wrestlers back in the day. So that would be a great match to like finish off that story. And then for some reason, I can't stop picturing Kevin Owens versus Darby Allin in some type of hardcore Extreme Rules match. I think it would be the craziest match of all time. I could see them going through glass, ladders, tables, just throwing their bodies on the line. And I feel like
Owens and Darby.
I feel like Kevin Owens is a good base for Darby Allin's crazy ass moves and catching him off his crazy dives. I feel like that'd be an incredible match for some reason. I don't know why it popped into my head, and now I really want to see that match.
I like that. I was, when you mentioned Kevin Owens, so God, man,
I miss him
in a minute. We miss Kevin Owens. We could use him.
Yeah.
When you mentioned Kevin Owens, I was thinking Kevin Owens versus Eddie Kingston for some reason.
That is a good one.
Stiff shots to the like boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Kingston and Kevin Owens.
And the one that we can't go without mentioning, the match that we never got but we should have, Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. If they would have gotten CM Punk and the Bucks and everybody to play ball, I think that would have been the big match that eventually we would have gotten at one of the AEW pay-per-views. And I think Kenny could have really brought out the best of CM Punk. Because CM Punk is definitely on the decline of his career. Right. He could still put on great matches, but you put him in the ring against a Kenny Omega, the intensity of a Kenny Omega when they're both healthy, I think that could have been a really good match and a good story. I think they could have gone Kenny Omega's awkward promo style versus CM Punk's realness. I think CM Punk could have been calling him out on how he could be the best ever, but he's too busy playing with his friends. You could do all types of stories, and I think it would have been a really good program if they were able to, shake hands
and let stuff aside.
Put their stuff aside.
The business.
Exactly.
How about on the women's side?
Ooh.
On the women's side, I was thinking, Megan Bayne versus and hopefully by then she's a little better. But Mega Bane versus maybe Jade Cargill.
I like that. I like that.
Mega Bane versus maybe Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. You got to do Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley.
Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley.
Battle of the Australians.
Battle. I like it.
You put Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley somewhere in Australia, in like the biggest stadium they have, and you sell out that whole place.
You sell that whole place out. Yeah.
Just off that one match.
You sell that whole place out.
Yeah.
And maybe even, and I'm thinking, because I'm looking at the name right now, and I'm like, okay, maybe could Amina Shirakawa and Amina Shirakawa maybe a Liv Morgan?
Ooh, that's a good one, man. Hell yeah. I think that would be a really good match.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah. I think Mina's hard hitting. Liv Morgan, I think she's proven in the last year or two that she's up there with the top of the women's roster. Hell yeah, that'd be an incredible match.
What would you do with Stephanie Vaquer?
I knew we were gonna get to it. Oh, I knew we were gonna get to
How
her.
would you slot her in versus an AEW?
Man.
Where would you put her?
we've seen her against Mercedes
already,
so we don't need to see that again. That's an interesting one. I mean, Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, you could Stephanie Vaquer versus Chris Statlander. That could be a good match.
Oh,
that's a fun match right there. Yeah, I think that's where you go right there. You got the Devil's Kiss versus the Alien. You could do something there. That could be fun.
I'm not mad at that one.
Now, what would you do with Mercedes Moné? We already seen her in WWE.
I know.
So is there someone new that she hasn't gotten a chance to wrestle that could be a potentially 5-star banger over there?
Mercedes Moné. God. I would say I'm going through the NXT roster. And I'm like, okay. No one big, because I need this. This has to be money, right? So I can't picture anybody from NXT right now. So if I'm thinking the main roster that she hasn't come in contact with,
has she wrestled Io Sky? If she hasn't, I want to see that match. That match would be incredible.
I can't think of it on top of my head, so I'm going to say possibly not.
I think that's the best match. Yeah, that match would be incredible.
That's a good one.
Potentially, I think those are in my opinion, those are probably the two best women in the whole industry right now when it comes
Io
to
and Mercedes.
Yeah, when it comes to in-ring wrestling in 2025, those two have had probably the best year.
Yeah, when
it comes to women, I'm talking just in-ring. I'm not talking stories, any of that. I think those two have had probably 1A, 1B when it comes to their in-ring work. So imagine that match. And Mercedes tends to wrestle pretty well with the Joshi style, the Japanese women. So yeah, that could be a really good one.
That's a good one.
Oh man, now we need this Forbidden Door, dude.
So now this is what we got to do now is we got to create the perfect card. So on another episode of On the Mark Wrestling, we are going to create the perfect card, and we can't pick the same people.
Man, we didn't even think about MJF, Hangman, Swerve,
MJF.
Oh, there's so many people.
God, MJF,
Hangman, Swerve, dude.
Damn, Swerve, man.
I always wanted to see Swerve versus Randy Orton for some reason. We never got it in WWE when he was there. But I feel like they're both so smooth in the ring. I mean, Randy obviously is past his prime, but I think he can still put it on when he needs to. But they're really smooth in the ring when it comes to like transitioning from one maneuver to the next. Like they don't leave much room for error when they're wrestling.
Right.
So I think it would be a very good, methodical, slow type match. And then Swerve could like pick it up towards the end. And I think it'll be a really good, fun style.
Swerve and Orton? I'm not mad at that. I just want Orton needs to move a little. Like Swerve is going to be all over.
He can't be stiff.
Come on, man. You got to move, Orton.
He can't be stiff.
Ridiculous. But if we had to do one more with Hangman, I could see Hangman and
Hangman versus Drew McIntyre. That's a cool match right there.
Hangman and Drew McIntyre. Not mad. Or I got one. MJF and Roman Reigns.
Whoa. The two wrestlers who barely wrestle.
Barely wrestle. They should be fresh.
They would probably main event because they barely wrestle. So that's the most sought after match right there.
MJF and Roman Reigns.
That's a good one.
I would be that.
Another good one. I know you already mentioned Kyle Fletcher, but Kyle Fletcher and Ilya Dragunov.
Oh, that's probably match of the year. Yeah. That's match of the year.
Right. We're having too much fun with this. We need Lewis here. We need Lewis here. We're gonna end up booking the whole territory.
We're gonna bring you guys on this.
We didn't even mention the 3.5 star general. You see, that's how much he sucks, bro.
Yeah, right.
That's how much he sucks, bro.
We didn't even mention him. But yeah, we're gonna book the perfect card, Joel. The perfect card. Joel, anything else, man? Anything else we got to hit?
Nah. That was a fun little exercise of our creative booking chops. Yeah. We'll definitely bring that to you fans one of these days. We'll do the full dream card of AEW versus WWE. Forbidden Door.
Listen, y'all. Thank y'all for joining for episode 114 of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Join us again, man. Keep following us, liking, subscribing, watching the content. We appreciate you guys at On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. I'm your boy, the producer, Kayode, joined by none other than Joel the Hater. Until next time, y'all. Enjoy that Saturday night's main event. We'll be back to give you the full review.
Yes, sir.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yes, sir.
On that show. Peace.
You have just listened to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, a Scriptly adapted production. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at On the Mark Wrestling. And email us on onthemarkpodcast@gmail.com.